So today, important topic which is rarely discussed by a lot of people, which is precautions that you must take when traveling with kids. So today with me I have Dr. Bhupendra and Pooja Marathe. So we're going to discuss about this, but before diving into the topic, I would like both of the panelists to introduce themselves, starting with Dr. Bhupendra.
I'm Dr. Arneja, Dr. Bhupendra Arneja, and I'm the senior consultant pediatrician and newborn specialist. And I work for the government of India for 35 years. Now I am practicing at in the East Delhi part of the East Delhi, and I am attached to the two major hospitals, that is Suraksha Nursing Home and the Goyal Hospital. And I am especially having the interest in the community pediatrics. That is my. That's why I'll be very happy to have participated in this talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bhupendra. Over to you, Dr. Pooja.
Hi everyone, I'm a community nutritionist and I am a lactation professional and a pediatric nutritionist also. I've been working with BabyChakra for quite some time and I have an experience of around a decade. So I'm here to share the most important and valuable topic and share my thoughts upon this. So nice having you.
Thank you, Dr. Pooja. That was amazing. So let's dive into the topic. Starting with my first question to you, Dr. Bhupendra, is
Yeah.
what is the advice do you want to give to parents regarding motion sickness, pressure changes, and jet lags when they travel by flights?
To be very frank, whenever our children they are flying, or they if they are having the history of the motion sickness, we had to start the pre-medication. We might have to start the medication 3 days in advance, and if there is an emergency program has been made by the children or by the parents, then we can give simple anti-vomitic, just like uh, ondansetron, or the other one is the Synargin. But preferably, if this is a planned program, we should start the treatment 3 months, 3 days before the start of the journey. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. So my next question is to Dr. Pooja. Being a nutritionist, would you help us know that what foods, like water drinking and hygiene precautions that a mother should take or parents should take when traveling with their kids?
Right. So this is a very important question, and when we are talking about eating, we need to categorize the age group of children. Okay. Generally, when we are talking about infants who fall in the category of 0 to 2, and toddlers who fall into the category of 2 to 5, need to be taken care of while they are traveling. When it comes any kind of mode of travel, we need to understand that child needs to be fed properly before, at least half an hour before the journey, ensuring that the child doesn't have any kind of motion sickness or air sickness while during travel. Infants need to be breastfed properly, ensuring that they are taken care of, and also at a given point of time, whether if a child is fussy or if a child is a picky eater, we should not label them, but sometimes they are not in the mood of eating anything. So at that point of time, a mother should carry some dry snacks, keep it handy, and ensure when the child demands, she can feed the child. This will allow the mother to also cool down and the child's hunger would be suffice. Ideally, we should not, give them chips or packet food when they are traveling. This should be avoided. But हर कोई बच्चा है, even adults, what our practice is like, कुछ भी देखा तो हम लोग खरीद लेते हैं. But at that given point of time, a healthy snack, which is a paratha or a roll, can be given handy. A sandwich, which has a lot of vegetables, can be given as a choice to packaged foods which are available outside these days. So in this way, the health is secured, the child is eating well, and the mother is also having a calm temperament while handling the child.
Okay, that was great information, Dr. Pooja. Coming back to you, Dr. Bhupendra, my next question is what are the risks that are involved when traveling with kids in India or in abroad?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, what are the risk factors that are involved when traveling with kids in India as well as in abroad?
To be very frank, uh, we can divide the factors, risk factors, into two parts. I'll be discussing the medical risk factors because there are so many other non-medical risk factors which are involved with the traveling. I think so. I'll not touch that part. As far as medical risks are involved, when child is going for the any travel, we should have to take a first. The first and the foremost thing is that we should take care of the hydration. We should ensure that our child is hydrated during the travel. And the second part is that if a child is having any sort of problem, and if we are having this thing, that they might develop fever, or they might develop vomiting, or they might develop motion sickness, we should have all these medicines in handy. And the third thing, risk, is that during the air travel, especially, children can have the earache. For
Right.
that earache, we should advise the parents that they can give something to chew continuously, so that the proper air pressure is maintained in the ear, just like a chewing gum. If they are there not having the chewing gum or something like that, even they can chew, they can have the motion of the chewing. And the third thing is that their baby, when they are sitting on the in the air travel, especially, we should prefer to have the separate seat for the child. If we cannot arrange the separate seat, then we can have the bassinet for the child, so that during the the fall of risk of fall is always there. We should be. And third thing which I'll stress, most of the parents are not aware of this thing, that you should tie your child in such a fashion, even during the road vehicle or motor road, you should stick the you should keep your child close to your chest. If there is any sort of hiccup or something is there, so the child might not fall. And the third thing which is really important, when you are taking care of the child during defecation, or the susu part is there, for this thing urination part is there, we should take utmost care that we at the proper place in the lavatory should be taken. The child should be taken to the proper place in the into the lavatory, and only at that particular place which is meant for the change of diaper and all these things, only in the lavatory we should change the diaper. And the fourth thing is that when the child is having, and we should carry a sufficient number of diapers, because we might expect the diarrhea during the traveling. So we should have sufficient number of diapers or other material, so that the extra care can be taken during that period. And fifth thing is that in addition to the fall risk of fall, the children, we have taken care of the dehydration, we have taken care of the fall. The third thing which I want to stress is that if child is having any sort of chronic disease, if child is having any sort of chronic disease, and he's suffering from, suppose he's suffering from asthma, or he's a known case of nephrotic syndrome, we should not forget to carry the medicine of the child in the proper dose. And that too should be taken in a proper enclosure. And we should take care of the, if child is on nebulizer or the rota inhalers or the rota caps, we should carry all their medicines. First, we should predict that the child might fall sick. Second, if child is sick, we should take care of his or her medicines. And all these things should be taken care beforehand. And the fifth thing is that, in addition to that, elder children can be make they can become the part of the journey along with the parents. We should try to involve the elder children in the all these activities. We can guide them then what to do, what not to do, and how to take care. And I will slightly touch the non-medical part of the risks which are involved. They might lose their papers. They might stuck in the during the at the airport. At the airport, there might be the security problems. How to put all these are the non-medical problems which can be taken by the later.
Right. That was amazingly explained, doctor. So, coming back to Dr. Pooja, a lot of women, as we know, are not comfortable by breastfeeding in public or while traveling. So, what are the tips that you would give these mothers about breastfeeding comfortably when traveling or breast pumping in that case?
Right. So, with the changing times, mothers have really started opening up and started, practicing breastfeeding in public. But there are many, that's only 1% of the population, I would say. But mostly mothers are now are aware and they do carry their breast pumps, but it is an additional luggage to what they are carrying. To which the best is hand express the milk, store it, refrigerate it, and carry that kind of a milk, okay, which will be helpful for the child, and she can keep those bottles ready. And whenever she wants to feed the child, she can go through a paladi or through bottle, she can do it. And if there are like now in airports, in railway stations, or in any other place where there are diaper rooms, changing rooms, the mother can go breastfeed the child and come back if she has sufficient amount of transit time in between. Secondly, she should ensure that if she's traveling at night, she can do a feeding at night where there is no light. She can cover herself up and she can feed the child, and also keep somebody informed that she is breastfeeding, so that she's not being disturbed.
Right.
And this will help the mutual benefit for the child and the mother. Both will be at comfort, and this will help the mother, to breastfeed the child. Secondly, what I would say through this medium is that, breastfeeding in public is not a shame.
Right.
We need to practice this wherever you are, in whichever part of the world you are in. This is very, very helpful. And as a mother and as a lactation professional, we have practiced this, we have preached this, and that is what we are trying to tell our mothers in the communities, that do it with pride. It's nothing to hide from. Thank you.
Amazingly sent out. So my next question is again to Dr. Bhupendra, which is actually a user question too, which is what emergency medicines and articles do parents need to carry when facing diarrhea, vomiting, or fever in kids while traveling?
This is really very interesting question because most of the parents, what they are doing, they are not aware of this thing, and they take lot of medicines with them. But I will again stress for this thing: whenever they are as a primary aid or first aid, they should carry. I'll put up only three or four medicines which are really they should carry with them. First and foremost is the paracetamol, which will take care of all the things, which is really all pediatricians love to give to their children because this is safe. Second one is the anticolic medicines, just like we can give neopaptine or something like that. Third thing, which is really important, is the ORS, oral rehydration solution. That should we should always carry ORS with us, oral rehydration solution. And the fifth one is that if we are suspecting that child might be having a other problems, we can carry the ibuprofen. But here I want to give stress that we should, as a child, as a parent, as a guardian, we should not carry all type of antibiotics. We should not carry all type of medicines which are not. I'll put up that over the counter OTC medicines they can carry with them. And
Right.
the first one is the paracetamol, anticholinergic or anticolic medicines, ORS, ibuprofen, And if they are very particular, they can carry the other medicines on the advice of their pediatrician. Yeah.
Thank you so much, doctor. I hope now parents will not make mistakes while carrying medicines after so much of elaborative information from your end. So also we have completed all the user questions because they were overlapping to the ones I already asked you. So we can end this with a very good takeaway message from both of you, starting with you, Dr. Bhupendra.
Uh, I'll put up that while traveling, parents or the mom, dad have to be very, very tricky. They know how they should learn how to tackle the child during the travel. Most of us, we always take it granted that this is a other routine it's not the routine activity, just like that. No, this is a really tricky, and we should apply our brain, and we should tackle the things during travel, especially with the children, very, very scientifically also. As I have stressed for the ORS, paracetamol, and because if we are suspecting some sort of serious, as I can give you the example that if child is having the a diarrhea or a loose motion without blood, we can keep on giving the ORS. But if child is having the diarrhea with blood in the stool, then we have to give the antibiotic, but only with the suggestion or with the advice of our pediatrician, wherever he or she is available. Please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bhupendra. Dr. Pooja, any takeaway
Yeah.
message?
So Dr. Bhupendra has been studying a lot about medicines and the safety and the precautions, but I would just say that, basic things. If you're traveling with an infant or a toddler, please secure the seat belts. That is very, very important. In India, we do not follow that. We keep the child in the rear seat, but we do not put the rear seat belts. And through the accidents happening lately, and after COVID, everything is opened up, the child tends to come forward, go backward in the seat, which might disturb the driver. So that is very, very important. If you're carrying a car seat, make sure it is very, very secured. If you're a mother, ensure that you have not ample but not least also ma- uh,
Just
enough
the right
for the
amount.
travel,
Yeah.
just the right amount, so that the child is not stressing too much about eating at all times. Give small portions of food. Do not overfeed him or do not underfeed the child. That may cause a lot of disturbance and might hamper your travel plans. And go to a place which is kids friendly, which will ensure that least of the least last thinking that an emergency could come up, but they have the provisions and they can help you out. So choose the best of the best resorts, a kids friendly place. Plan your adventures while which are where the kids can also can participate, and you enjoy your travel hassle free. This is the takeaway message.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pooja. I'm sure our users who are viewing this will surely, take all the tips in consideration the next time they're planning a travel. And so will I without a kit also. If I have motion sickness ever, even I'm going to do that now. So thank you for this amazing session. I hope to see you guys again, maybe, with another session, another new topic. Thank you so much, Dr. Bhupendra, Dr. Pooja. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Seema. You were a lovely host for the afternoon today.
Thank you, Dr. Pooja.
Thank you. Thanks to BabyChakra also for giving us the opportunity to discuss and to present